Alright, I want to go through my self-anodizing process. Show you guys how I do it. So, first things first, to get started, I got things here. Anodize, some lock nut, or serrated nuts, some AE ball studs, and these axles came out a little more like yellow than I like, so I was gonna bump the voltage up a little bit and redo them. But first things first, I got an ultrasonic cleaner now. These things are pretty great. So I just use grease lightning and like 50-50 approximately with water. I'm gonna need a little bit more. Cool, so I've also done the cleaning process. I mean, ideally you would use a metal etch solution, but I don't want to deal with those chemicals, so I've also done the cleaning process, just putting them with some grease lightning in Tupperware and shaking them around for a while. And I've also anodized stuff without any cleaning at all. That works too, but I think it does work better when you try to make sure they're clean, especially if you're doing anything that's already been used, for sure. So, one of the other things that you'll need is titanium wire. You can see I've got this little screwball attachment here. I use this for threading turnbuckles and other things into. And then I made this attachment out of titanium wire so I can do a bunch of screws or ball studs at once. This is quite helpful. I'll put a link to the titanium wire that I got off YouTube, or that I got off Amazon. So, most of my anodizing I've done with a bunch of 9-volt batteries connected together, but I have a friend's power supply right now, so we're going to use this because it's nicer. I did make a shoot video on how to do it with 9-volt batteries, and I'll probably put that out too. But it's pretty straightforward. You just do this same process, but instead of using power supply, you use 7 to 9 volts for gold. You can look up the other voltages if you want to do different colors. But the basic premise, I use simple green. It works well for gold. I don't know if there's a better solution or if it doesn't work as well for other colors. Gold is supposedly one of the more easy colors to anodize, and I don't think the etching matters as much. So you want to have only titanium in your solution, in your simple green. So I use the alligator clip here on the negative. That end goes into the solution. And then the other side is your whatever component is being anodized. Don't touch the two positive and negative underwater, you'll create a short, of course. Alright, so I got a Tupperware of water here to rinse this stuff off. Okay, so again, to reiterate, your positive wire is going to your component getting anodized. Your negative wire goes into the solution. Only have titanium contacting, otherwise you get some weird effects. Like if you stick a copper wire in there, it just kind of dissolves and stuff. So now we're ready to go. We're at 66.8 volts. We'll see what we get. Usually I go for few seconds, see where it comes out. Imagine we're going to raise the voltage a little bit. Usually, to get the color I want, we're going for like 15 to 30 seconds. But if you overshoot, it's kind of hard to go back. You can increase the voltage. You can always go like increase your voltage, put it in longer to deepen the color, but if you want to go the other direction, you have to refinish it or like polish it back to silver. Yet, so we're gonna give it another like 10 seconds. Sometimes it's hard to judge the finish. When it's got simple green on it, because it changes the tint noticeably. Beautiful. Sweet. Alright, well that's the process. No need to keep showing all of them. And yeah, you can do it for turnbuckles, top shafts, whatever you want. I had a couple other thoughts I wanted to add that could be helpful. One is that all these titaniums are kind of a different alloy, so the voltage is going to be either a little different for some, or the duration will be a little different for some to get the same color effect. So you just kind of have to play with it and figure out what they need. So that's why it's good to kind of start low and shorter and work your way into it. And then also how much if there's a lot of material in there, it seems like you need a little bit higher voltage or longer duration. And then yeah, aside from that, like as far as gold goes, if you're kind of on the lower side, like 60, 66, then let's restart. It'll be a little bit more like yellow-green, and then as you work your way up higher, it becomes a little bit more kind of bronze, and you'll start to get a purple at some point. So I like doing mine a little less, a little on the darker side, so less yellow. It looks good, and but it's fun, you know. You just kind of figure out your own method, and it's arts and crafts. So have fun. There you have it. Shiny, shiny.